Back we come here to the Lee Griffin Wrestling Invitational. We're in the preliminary rounds yet, and again, check that. We're actually moving into the quarterfinals here now. We've got the prelims out of the way. Joining me today, Carl Zuby, and Carl, we're going to have. Thanks for coming up here again. I know you got your daughter wrestling, and you're helping out with the team, and you kind of just said to Robbie, "Hey, I'm coming up here."
Pretty much. We still have Eric Anderson traveling with the team and Shannon Broker.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good. So I do appreciate you coming up here and helping. It's I love this little tournament. It's so locally involved in stuff, and we get a chance to see some of our area wrestlers. What do we have coming up here right now?
So I'm not sure what we're waiting for. But we are going to have Ethan Dobbs of Viroqua and Carter Beeler of Onalaska.
Okay.
Beeler, 3-19 freshman, and Dobbs a 16-6 senior. Quick snatching.
I tell you that Ethan is a talent. And he's wrestled some very, very tough people. He's got 6 losses, and that might seem kind of high for him, but But I tell you what, you got to watch out for Ethan. He's a good wrestler.
We've been to a few meat grinder tournaments.
Oh my goodness, no kidding.
Eau Claire North, the Husky Invite.
Yeah.
There was some, nationally ranked high school teams there.
Jeez.
And you get that, Bi-State, Badger State.
Badger State, yes. That can make for some tough goals. That's 2 losses in each of those 3 tournaments is really kind of what it comes down to.
Yeah.
We just got a takedown here and some back points on my mat at 132 pounds as well. This is Torgerson, right? Torgerson and Gazda out of Brookwood. And Torgerson is going to pick up the win. He'll move into the semis. He'll take on the winner of the match to our left. Thanks again to more of those sponsors that we're going to mention throughout. And then, of course, we hit those semis. We'll try and do a little more of a thank you with them. But embroidery and more. Greg Danes and crew. The Viroqua Clinic, part of that Gunderson Health System. Thanks to Dwayne Lynn. Lynn's Home Center in downtown Cashton coming up. And you got a result.
Yeah, 142 pin time for Ethan Dobbs of Viroqua. So he will advance to the semifinals against Jack Thorgerson from Kickapoo Lafarge. And then you have the bottom side of that bracket.
Yeah, this is going to be Jackson McGuire out of Iowa Grant Highland. He's 4-0, a sophomore. This is the young man, and he's wrestling Billy Miller out of Blair Taylor. This is the one where the Coach Ryan Allen was saying, he just can't break into the lineup. Iowa Grant, very solid in those mid-light weights. And McGuire, who was a sectional qualifier last year, only has 4 varsity matches to his resume. There's a release and a nice double leg for a takedown. And they gave him, the coaches voted, and they said, put him at number 3. And so far, so good for him.
Right now I've got Philip Volts of Hillsboro and Zach Yackton of DeSoto. Volts, very electrifying, if I throw a pun out there. So far, leads by a score of 4-2.
Hey, it's
I can't get away from the dad jokes.
It's what you do. I mean, I don't mean that as bad jokes. I mean, that's what you do. You're an electrician and plumbing and all. So I get it.
Now he's got an arm bar on the wrist. He's looking to turn the corner. He's got a minute left to do it. Volts is a senior. He's 11-7 senior out of Hillsboro.
I'm going to move up to 138 pounds over here, Carl, and we're going to watch Quinn Miller of Kickapoo Lafarge. And let's see. Well, or is this Miller? I think it is. And it's this doesn't quite, I'm not quite understanding this one. No, this is
that's an Alaska match.
This is Rose. Nikolai Rose of Kickapoo Lafarge taking on Maximus Todd. There we go. The winner of this one will wrestle Quinn Miller of Kickapoo Lafarge. So they could have a couple of teammates wrestling each other here. We'll see. Now we're going to get a illegal headlock on Alaska. Todd, he fell into what was going to look like a pretty good headlock, but he forgot to get the arm. That'll be a no-no.
Well, we're just starting the second period on mat number 1. Volts leading by a score of 11-3 over Yankton of DeSoto. Scratch that, 13-3 after that nice reversal.
Pretty aggressive match going on over here on mat 2. But now, potential pinning combination here on the off my headlock. Got the takedown. And there's the fall. So Maximus Todd will move on, and he'll wrestle Quinn Miller out of Kickapoo Lafarge.
And we're going to have a 250 pin time for Philip Volts of Hillsboro at 132 pounds. Who won? Was that Todd that won?
Yes.
And we're going to have Viroqua wrestler and Vinny Klum. He will wrestle Ryan Flynn from Blair Taylor.
The Westby Co-op Creamery. Quality dairy products from the Westby Creamery. Their convenience store is open 7 days a week. Serving the dairy industry for over 110 years. It's the Westby Co-op Creamery with organic and conventional dairy products for you to enjoy. Congratulations to the Westby Creamery for the continued support of our area farmers.
It's on my mat, huh?
Yeah, Klum is. So I must have Smelzer, Dax Smelzer of Iowa Grant, and Thomas Sprosky of North Crawford Seneca.
Well, why don't we just switch this time around? You take Vinny. You watched him wrestle.
I can't hardly see him, though.
Oh, really?
I'll let you stick it over on that. I can see about half the mat.
Okay. All right. So Klum taking on Flynn. Flynn is a 7-9 junior, getting the 3rd seed.
Yeah, Vinny's record really doesn't represent, again, with all those tournaments that we've had, his 4-10 record is definitely weighted.
I would think so. He's grown quite a bit, hasn't he, too?
He's put about 20 pounds of pure muscle on over the course of the last 12 months.
I am excited for him. He's going to have a baseball season and back into football next year.
I did miss him football this year.
Yeah, that was a tough one there.
And Vinny's understanding of wrestling is really good. His physique is good. He's a little young, lacks a little confidence. I think
Sure.
is probably his biggest downfall.
Sure.
And once he starts putting things together, but for these guys in those middle weights, younger underclassmen, it's tough. To be a freshman, sophomore at 38, 45, 52.
Right. Flynn is going to pick up the takedown. He'll lead 2-0 here. Klum trying to come up with a roll, but felt that half Nelson coming in, so he backed off. Under 10 seconds. Thanks again to more of our sponsors. Main Street Design, that's Leah Kroom in Westby. And Main Street Mobile Mart. Appreciate their terrific support. That, of course, in Viroqua.
Well, Smelzer is going to head into the second period, leading by a score of 2-0 over Sprosky of North Crawford Seneca. Sprosky is going to defer the decision over to the third period, and Smelzer will start in the down position.
Picking up a reversal here was Flynn, and he's now up 4-0. Vinny has a terrific heart. I would say he's always going to be in a match because he just doesn't know when to stop. Fighting off that potential arm bar. Trying to bar arm now is Flynn, but Klum did a nice job getting his arm back, and now he's got a single leg, trying to switch things up here and maybe get a reversal. Flynn comes up over the top and has the ankle, and now has a crossface back and resume a little better position. Mitby's TV and Appliance. Thanks to Mike Mitby in Cashton, helping us out today. Nordic Lanes in Westby, as well as Premier Co-op. Of course, the Ace Hardware and Convenience Store in Westby. Time runs out. It's still 4-0.
.28 seconds to go, period number 2. No change in the leaderboard. Sprosky of North Crawford Seneca still trailing by a score of 2-0 to Dax Smelzer of Iowa Grant Highland.
Oh, Klum was so close there. Flynn comes up over the top. He's got that left leg in on the inside part of Klum, trying to stack him up, and now he might be getting some back points there. He'll slide out of bounds. He'll get 2 near fall. It's now 6-0 in favor of Blair Taylor's Flynn. Klum gets up and away for the escape here with under a minute to go. Flynn he literally dove back in, trying to come up with another takedown here, and they're near the out of bounds. Get a fresh start now as they do hit the circle. Clum trying to get around and pick up that takedown, but going into a kind of a Granby here. Flynn is going to pick up the takedown and some near fall points. Going to wind up with a major decision here. 11-1 is your final score. We'll take a quick break, come back with more action here from the Lee Griffin Invitational, but a word from some of our sponsors.
Sweet Valley Artisan and Valley Fudge and Candy. Sweet Valley Artisan invites you to stop in. Browse the 9,000 square feet of Artisan Mall located right in the heart of Coon Valley. And when you're done there, in the back of the mall, Valley Fudge and Candy, where old-fashioned quality meets today's fresh new flavors. Handcrafting over 75 flavors of fudge just for you.
The Westby Co-op Credit Union. For nearly 80 years, helping individuals and businesses meet their goals through financial support. When it comes to farm loans, home mortgages, car loans, line of credit, and much more. The place to turn to, WCCU.
To the Lee Griffin Wrestling Invitational in Viola, of course the Kickapoo High School. Out here on the mat at 145 pounds, we now have the top seed in Garrett Vatlin. And getting to that one, he's got a North Crawford Seneca wrestler in Yami Hayes. 2-1 score now as Hayes gets the escape.
Smelzer has picked up 2 near fall as the third period comes to an end, and they will end that match by a score of 4-0. Dax Smelzer of Iowa Grant Highland over Thomas Sprosky of North Crawford Seneca. We should have a 145-pound match. This should see Job Wetter of Boscobel, Wazika Steuben, and Parker Brooks of Onalaska.
Fallon picks up another takedown. Leads 4-1 as we're under 20 seconds, now under 15. Thanks to the Riverbank with locations in Westby and Coon Valley, along with Scenic Bluffs Community Healthcare. Of course, the corporate office there in Cashton. What a terrific job they continue to do. Sweet Valley Artisan and Valley Fudge and Candy. Thanks to the Schulte family. Husband-wife combination there. Boy, I tell you what, you walk into that store and you want to head directly to the back with all that fudge going on. That's pretty awesome.
Well, a quick takedown by Wetter and escape by Brooks. 2-1 the score. Just under a minute to go, first period.
Matlin will now scoot around and pick up the reversal. He tried this nearly the same little move and almost wound up on his back, and he recovered back to his base, and now he's got the move the way he wanted and is leading 6-1 after that 2. Matlin with that bar arm. Now he's going to go into an arm bar series. Deep, tight waist. Now he'll come back and trying to get a half Nelson. He's got that locked up. But Hayes does a good job of peeling that off, keeping a base. Hayes coming into today's tournament action at 2-5. He did pick up a win, so he's 3-5 right now. Vatlin at 16-6. Sectional qualifier last year, just missing out at the state tournament. Now he's getting that little tilt right underneath us here. We see a lot of that anymore, don't we, Carl?
Yes.
They're going to go out of bounds, so they'll come back.
Potentially dangerous. Wetter now leading by a score of 4-1 over Brooks of Unalaska as he works a head lever along the right side. Minute 30 to go, second period. Booker to his feet, but nice return.
Your score now. Well, it's the 53rd annual Lee Griffin Wrestling Invitational. Well, there was a quick 2 there. Talk about dropping them on the mat. Now Vatlin looking to go for potential tech fall here. Trying to look at takedowns. But he didn't really release, and Hayes didn't really face him, so there was no 1 for escape and 2 for the takedown. I think Ned Lawfrey had that one called right.
Oh. 3:59 pin time for Job Wetter of Boscobel. So he will face the winner of the Vatlin-Hines match.
Well, it's a major decision right now. Stalemate call here.
So we'll have Gage Mesner of Kickapoo Lafarge and Colton Coxleen of Blair Taylor. Quarterfinal match, 145 pounds.
There's going to be your final 13-2 major decision for Garrett Vatlin. We're going to take a real quick break and come right back here as we have our Kickapoo Lafarge wrestler on the mat.
You want to rent me an electric car?
Yes.
What if I want to go to Reedstown?
Then you just turn left.
What if I want to go to California?
Then you just go west. It's just a car.
For quality service after the sale, It's Sleepy Hollow in Viroqua with a collision center, detail center, and 24-hour towing. Levon and the gang are there to serve you.
The Vasatag Funeral Home, dedicated to serving area families in time of need. Caring, professional guidance, always a must. Contact Gina Sherry for reliable, compassionate care. The loss of the life of a loved one is always a stressful time. Turn to Vasatag Funeral Home, Westby and Viroqua.
Here we go. Carl, you got a situation there.
Yes, Coxline leads right now by a score of 5-0 with the takedown into kind of a headlock scenario. He's got the arm in there. Not sure what they're, I was going to say, not sure what he's waiting on. So that'll be a minute 16 pin time for Colton Coxline of Blair Taylor. So that should jump us up over here to 152.
I have Trenton Baldwin of DeSoto. He's a 13-8 sophomore, the number 2 seed in this tournament, wrestling Aiden Friesen from Isle Grant Highland.
Benny Culver must have won his preliminary match.
I believe, yes, he did.
So Benny Culver of Kickapoo Lafarge is wrestling Bryce Buchanan from Onalaska. Buchanan, a 17-5 senior. Benny Culver, a 1-2 sophomore. And the front head right down into a snap down. Works right along the edge of the mat. And they'll get blown out of bounds.
A 3-2 score here as we near the end of period number 1. Baldwin will hold on to that 1-point advantage. Friesen, by the way, comes into the tournament a sophomore with no varsity record. He did pick up his first win in that prelim over Jacob Anderson of Westby. Won that by a pin. Baldwin's going to pick up the reversal, going into that chest crusher move. Friesen really doing a nice job of fighting that off as he kind of balls himself up a little bit. Now Baldwin will look for something else. I'm going to go back to that crossface series. Sealand's Carpetland helping us out today. Thanks to Tim Sealand, as well as Sleepy Hollow on the north side of Viroqua.
And with the pin as time expired in period number 1 will be Bryce Buchanan of Onalaska.
They just got it under the wire, didn't he?
Yeah.
Baldwin looking to be in pretty good shape right now. 5-2 lead. 8-3 now after everything is kind of sorted out there.
So we're going to stay at 152 with Irvin Novacek of Hillsboro and Gunnar Coxline of Blair Taylor. Coxline, a senior at 7-9, and Novacek, a junior, 3-8.
Right back here, and we pick up on the action at 145 pounds. Baldwin leads of DeSoto 10-3. Trenton out in front over Aiden Friesen of Iowa Grant Highland. We're in the third period. Stalemate. We'll start things over on the right side. For DeSoto, we're also waiting for Seth Greeno to come up. He's the number 2 seed. He's had a nice year so far.
18-8 coming into the tournament.
Yeah.
As a sophomore.
You could just kind of see last year as a freshman that, he'd get a little more maturity. Like we've said in the past with some of our wrestlers that we've known. And you just wait for people to have that breakout year. There's a nice lift. Friesen did a good job of not going to his back from that lift by Baldwin. We're going to hit the 30-second mark now, and Friesen is going to be warned for stalling. Vernon Communications bringing you today's action. We thank them for their support, as well as Vernon Electric Cooperative, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Time runs out, 10-3. It's a regular decision for Trenton Baldwin of DeSoto. He will move into the semifinals where he'll take on Colton Coxline out of Blair Taylor.
Well, there was a lot of pushing and shoving over here on mat 1 throughout the first period, but we ended scoreless. Novacek in the top position, working the power half with the leg in.
Back over on mat number 2, we're going to watch a Richland Center Hornet step out here onto the mat.
You must be at 160 over there.
I'm thinking this is this is still 152. This is going to be Trevin Thielman.
Oh, Thielman and Arbuckle.
Yep, Carter Arbuckle, sophomore for Brookwood. Thielman, a senior now for the Hornets.
So our first points of the match on mat 1 are a 2-point near fall, and just picked up a 3-point near fall as Novacek. So it'll be 5-0 if he can't pull away with a pin here. 35 seconds left to go. Period number 2.
Thielman coming in today as the number 3 seed. Nice little duck under there. Picks up the takedown. His record of 11-7. He too he's one of those dangerous wrestlers. You know, the record is a little deceiving. He can come up with a pin in a hurry. Arbuckle looking to try and keep that base as his leg gets tied up.
Coxley able to get the reversal, put some points on the board himself. 5-2 the score. As he's looking for a turn of his own.
Two nothing score here as period number 1 will end. Flipping the disc.
We've got a minute to go. Coxley has gotten the reversal. And he'll pick up the pin and the come from behind win over Novacek of Hillsboro. So he will go and face Bryce Buchanan of Onalaska in the semifinals later on today. And we should see Seth Greeno and Matthew, is it Grind? Grind? G-R-I-N.
Grindy, I think is how they say that down there. Thielman will pick up the pin.
Viroqua Booster Club, supporting the many teams of Viroqua High School. The Booster Club works closely with coaches and administration to assist in many ways. Thank you to the Viroqua Booster Club, fans, parents, and alumni for their great financial and moral support over the course of all these years.
Oh, thanks. We had sealants do Stainmaster Pet Protect carpets, so it's really easy to clean.
Mom, can I bring the garden hose into my bedroom?
The what? Why?
Me and Max took a shortcut through the woods and we're kind
Do not take another step, either of you. Did I mention I love Stainmaster Pet Protect carpet?
Sealant's Carpetland floors to go in Coon Valley, where the #1 priority is you.
Basically, if you could step on it, Sealant sells it.
Can I still bring the hose into my bedroom?
That'll be a no.
So he'll move on. And he'll wrestle the winner of the match that Carl just mentioned coming up here on his side. I'm going to jump up to 160 now, I believe. This should be Jackson Hughes of Onalaska, 17-7 junior, taking on Tim Schaefer of Iowa Grand Highland. And Schaefer comes in, he had no record, but he does have a 101 record now, as he picked up a win in the prelims.
Greeno with a takedown right in the near fall criteria over Grindy of Iowa Grant Highland. Just a quick 2 near fall, 4-0 your score as he works an arm bar and a head lever. He's trying to get that other arm straightened out. Greeno, just a sophomore, 18-8 at 152 pounds is pretty respectable.
I guess. Jackson just stepped over, going to pick up a couple of near fall points. Schaefer realized that he was in trouble and was able to bail out. Otherwise, it could have been a lot worse. Under 40 seconds now. Vernon Manor Healthcare Center supporting today's broadcast. Thanks to Amanda Huff and that crew. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, so much care, so close. And, of course, that's in Viroqua. And our good friends at the VFW of Viroqua. No one does more for veterans than our VFW.
136 pin time for Seth Greeno of DeSoto at 152 pounds. So we'll pop up to 160 pounds as well. And this should be Colton Clark of Kickapoo Lafarge and Ben Lean of Blair Taylor. Clark, a 5'6" junior, Lean, an 8'7" junior.
Jackson Hughes stands up trying to get away. But Schaefer really doing a good job of riding him here. Uh-oh, he got the spladle in. Hughes, I think, realizes it. He's just trying to get those hips down low. He does not want to go over the top. Oh, here it comes. He's got it. Oh, somehow he kicked out of it.
So Clark with the takedown into a cradle will be enough for 3 near fall. 5-0 your score as Clark goes to work back on top with a minute to go, first period.
Hughes just picked up a Granby roll, and that's a tough one right there. That is tight. He's going to pick up his 3 near fall and then turns to the legs in good form, and now leads 9-2.
Clark will pick up the 126 pin over Lean of Blair Taylor.
Hughes will also pick up a pin. A 2:27 pin time. So Hughes moving on to the semis.
Well, Mat 1's going to see Peyton Krager of DeSoto. 14-11 sophomore face off against Mason Jelenik of Richland Center. 2-10 as a sophomore as well.
Looks like Lane Primer is going to come out here on my mat. He is going to take on Henner Gomez of Brookwood. Gomez, a sophomore, 1-14. Primer, 12-7, a junior. He's going to go right in quickly for a low ankle attack and pick up the takedown. More of those sponsors helping us out. Viroqua Booster Club, thanks to you, Carl, and your crew. They're such a great support of all of our broadcasts. What good things you guys got coming up?
Well, we've just started kind of the hardcore planning for our fun night coming up. It's looking like it's going to be either the second or third week in March or the last week in April. We're kind of waiting on how some things play out.
That'd be a little later if it's in April, right, than usual?
Yeah, usually. I mean, typically we're end of March, first of April.
Yeah. Primer comes up with a pin here in 51 seconds. Well, I tell you what, that is always a great time. So let us know, and we'll be promoting that. That's folks need to get to that.
Yeah, it's a good night. It's a fun night.
It is.
That's why we call it the fun night.
Fun night. There you go. Let's take a real quick break. We'll come right back here from the Lee Griffin Invitational and back to Carl after this.
The VFW of Viroqua, on the south side, supporting and honoring many veterans in the area. The Viroqua VFW lends itself to welcoming veterans of all ages to their post. Remember, no one does more for veterans than the VFW. Thank you to those who have served our great country and to those servicemen and women that are doing so currently. Life is full of bumps and bruises. Having a primary care provider to support you through all of life's obstacles is very important. That's where Scenic Bluffs Community Health Centers come into play. They focus on integrated health care through all of their departments: medical, dental, behavioral health, chiropractic, acupuncture, and pharmacy services. Scenic Bluffs Community Health Centers.
Returning here to Kickapoo and the Lee Griffin 53rd annual Lee Griffin Wrestling Tournament. Carl, you got a couple of local guys out there.
Yep, I've got Peyton Krager of DeSoto and Mason Jelenik of Richland Center. Match is tied up at 2 apiece. 160-pound quarterfinal match. As Krager works from the top position, Jelenik on the bottom.
We have Colin O'Neill just stepped out onto the mat here at 170 pounds. He's the top seed, wrestling Ethan McCullough out of Boscobel. Carl, I have to drop back and ask you, Colton Clark and Ben Lean, who won that one again?
Clark.
Clark did win that.
Yes.
I totally forgot to write it in there. And you and I both know about my memory, so.
Mine's not much better.
O'Neill's got a crossface chest crusher. He'll pick up 3 near fall after getting the takedown.
Krager's going to get the 2:46 pin time. And that's going to bump us all the way up to 170 pounds and see Anthony DePietro of Viroqua, 9'11" sophomore, and Maverick McCauley of Kickapoo Lafarge.
There's no fifth place match here in this tournament. They wrestle back to third, which is kind of unique. There are a lot of tournaments that have kind of gone away from that, the full wrestle back like we have here.
Yeah.
And my guess is it's because there's always that extra round in the wrestlebacks when you go all the way back to third. So, but they've been doing this for years this way, and I think people just come to know, be ready for it. O'Neill's going to get the pin in that first period. It's going to be a 140, we'll call it a 143, 144 pin time for O'Neill.
Maverick McCauley, a junior, coming in today at 5'8", and Anthony DePietro, sophomore, coming in at 9'11", which he's wrestled 70 and 82 for us all year.
Nice when you have people bounce around and help you out. I'm going to have over here at 170 pounds as well. It is, let's see, Laufenberg of Iowa Grant Highland, and he is taking on Jacob Umberger out of DeSoto. Umberger coming up with the initial win, and he fought off a nice attack here, but boy, Laufenberg readjusted in a hurry. 10-6 record for Laufenberg. He'll get the takedown, and he says, I want to go back up on my feet. Jacob Umberger of DeSoto, a sophomore at 5'11". Well, I have to put a plug in for Maverick McCauley out here. Even, he's wrestling Anthony DePietro here, but McCauley and another one of his buddies helped bring up all my equipment up here this morning when I got here. That was really nice of them.
Well, they've given McCauley the takedown and 3 near fall.
Oh, wow.
in that position right there, which I'm not sure. It's very odd. I think he had his hands locked like he was going to finish that takedown, and had he just unlocked his hands and popped his head out, he would have gotten that takedown.
Oh.
Instead, he kept it, gave up the takedown, and 3 near fall.
Boy.
So DePietro trails by a score of 6-2 as we clean up a little blood time.
Well, it's a 6-2 score over here on my mat, and now Laufenberg very close to the pin, but good job by Umberger getting out of that. Now a little chin drop situation here by Laufenberg. I think Laufenberg is going to realize that if he's going to pin Umberger, he's going to have to get one solid hold. Time runs out on that cradle. It's another couple of points, and it's 11-2 after 1. Well, thanks again to some of those sponsors, the Viroqua Dental Center, Dr. Leanne Klum. Of course, she's got her and Rob, a couple of boys here today wrestling. Alex and Vinny, be cheering them on. Vasatag Funeral Home supporting the broadcast of our many area wrestlers, along with the Westby Co-op Creamery, take home that country goodness, and the Westby Co-op Credit Union bring you today's action. We hope that you enjoy this Western Wisconsin video production. Another couple of points here for Laufenberg. He's racking up the points. And to the credit of Umberger, he's been getting turned, but he's been able to fight off his back. This one might be a little tougher though. Got that double armbar. Still trying to get back to his base, and he did. There's a 3 near fall. It's 19-2. Credit Jacob Umberger from DeSoto not getting pinned, but he will give up the tech fall. So Laufenberg will move on to the semis. Laufenberg is going to take on the winner of this match between Lefebvre and Cole Brenninger out of Richland Center. Brenninger coming in at 14-5. He's a junior.
Well, DePietro was shooting some high crotches and was getting kind of trapped, so he switched over to a fireman's, was able to get the takedown, tie it up, and then ran a butcher series, picked up 3 near fall, but now gave up 2 for the reversal and the pin with just 10 seconds to go in the second period.
Wow, that was a big turn of events. He really was doing a nice job battling back, too. Taking a look here, no score yet at this 170-pound semi, or check that quarterfinal. It's the final quarterfinal.
And you have the Brenninger, and that's Lefebvre?
Yes.
Or Lefebvre? I'm not even going to try anymore.
Well, I always have to look.
It's French.
I said Lefebvre is what I was saying before, and I didn't say it that last time either. So I can say it a few different ways, I guess.
So this is who we got here. We got Blair Taylor.
Brenninger just picked up the pin.
Who won with Umberger and Laufenberg?
Laufenberg.
Laufenberg?
Yeah, he got a tech fall out of that.
And so this is Schramek of Blair Taylor and Ethan Bast of Kickapoo Lafarge.
Jack Schreier comes out onto the mat to face Aiden Sisma out of Onalaska. Sisma, a 10 and 12 junior. Schreier, also a junior. He's at 9 and 6.
Nice duck under by Schrammick of Blair Taylor. Goes right into a butcher, or chest crusher, I should say. And he will get the 112 pin time over Ethan Bass of Kickapoo Lafarge. And this should be Justin Obert of DeSoto and Sawyer Swigum of North Crawford Seneca.
Well, before that match, let's take a real quick break. We'll come back with more here from Kickapoo.
Stoddard, DeSoto, Ferryville. It's not hard to figure out where Riverbank got its name. Those 3 communities are where Riverbank started. Now that Riverbank has grown to serve communities in Bangor, Berry Mills, Coon Valley, Holman, La Crosse, Sparta, Toma, and Westby, the same close community spirit that brought us together is still there. Friendly, personal service, understanding the customer's needs, and going the extra distance in providing service. Riverbank, local banking made simple. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We got about 45 seconds to go here over on my mat, and Schreier has picked up the takedown, picking up some back points here on his opponent from Onalaska. Trying to come up with that pin here. Got some time, and there it is. Schreier picks up the pin over Sitzma of Onalaska. And that means he'll wrestle Schrammick out of Blair Taylor in the semis. I would imagine Swigum and Obert, that ought to be a pretty good match.
Yeah, and that Swigum and McCoy wrestled probably more than just last year, but as middle schoolers, I think every tournament we were at, they were in the same.
Doesn't that just work that way?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get Colton Stibbe coming out here onto the mat, and he is going to be facing Ryan McCoy out of Hillsboro. These two are similar uniforms in one sense as far as the black and the orange go. But the Tigers of Hillsboro with that wide stripe on their side. So I guess I'll try to make sure I remember that. Stibbe with a real nice tournament at the Richland Center Invitational. And I thought he had a good bi-state as well. So he's got to be one of the favorites, but he winds up as a number 2 seed here behind Schrammick out of Blair Taylor that we just saw. Of course, Schrammick with an 18-2 record, so you can't really fault that record.
No.
Quality guy there.
Swigum with the first period pin. They changed the score clock on me too quick. I didn't catch it, but with the 1 minute or one for first period pin over Obert of DeSoto, Sawyer Swigum will move on to face the winner of the McCoy-Stibbe match. 195, we have Lakota Webster of DeSoto and Davis Dorota of Iowa Grant Highland, 195-pound quarterfinal match.
Brenninger will pick up the pin, or Stibbe will pick up the pin. I'm a weight behind. I'm sure those two wrestle each other in practice a lot. So Stibbe moving on. He'll wrestle Swigum in the semis a little bit later here this afternoon. We're not quite at noon. It's 11:52, and we're in this quarterfinal round. Of course, we got a lot of wrestlebacks. Talking with, we're emailing back and forth with Dustin Clements, and his hope was that they could be in the final round, the championship round, by 5 o'clock is what they were hoping. They might make that. You get a lot of pins like this.
1:10 pin time for Davis Dorota of Iowa Grant Highland over Lakota Webster of DeSoto. So this should now be TJ Bell of Boscobel and Brian Rongsted of Blair Taylor. You got Fankhauser, Chris Clark.
Yeah, that's who I have over here on my side, yes. Clark coming in at 5-7, a sophomore, and Fankhauser at 2-7, he's a junior.
Rogstad with the takedown right into near fall. He's up on his toes. He's got it squeezed in tight. He's got 1:27 to go. And he will come away with the pin. 54-second pin time for Rogstad of Blair Taylor. And that'll bump us up to 220, and we will see Brogan Carey. No, this is going to be Sam Shams of Onalaska and Lopez of Cashton.
That's at at 220.
Yep. So Samuel Shams of Onalaska, 4-7 sophomore, and
Rixus Tirado.
Rixus Tirado Lopez. I guess we'll just see how this plays out. He's 11-11 senior.
Coming up with a takedown now here at 195 pounds. This is Chris Clark of Kickapoo Lafarge. Out in front 5-2. At 195, Ty Nottestead picks up a bye, the top seed.
We had a 52-second pin time for Trado Lopez of Cashton. So that'll bring up Dylan Elvacher of Blair Taylor and Brogan Carey of Kickapoo Lafarge.
Vernon Manor Healthcare Center, located just outside of Viroqua, a county-owned long-term care and rehabilitation facility. Be sure to call Amanda Huff or any of her crew at 637-5400 and find out why you are treated like family at Vernon Manor Healthcare Center. Premier Co-op, serving members since 1893. Your corporate office located in Mount Horeb. Other sites include Cashton, Lafarge, Richland Center, Viroqua, Eastman, and Westby. Best of luck to all the area teams throughout the season, and they wish all of you a happy and prosperous new year.
Elvaker, a 6-5 senior. Carey, a 1-5 freshman.
Clark picks up the pin over Frankhauser of Onalaska to move on to the semis, and he'll wrestle Rogstead now of Blair Taylor. We should have Caden Klein of Iowa Grant Highland, and he's going to be taking on Javen Jones out of DeSoto, 12-10 senior. Klein, a sophomore with no varsity record as of yet. He could pick up 2 wins, though, if he gets a win here, because he had a bye in that prelim round.
Elvaker with the 34-second pin over Carey of Kickapoo Lafarge.
Klein coming right out after the number 2 seed. He picks up the takedown and was looking for some back points. Jones able to back up and out of there, and now back up on their feet, but a front headlock series. And now Jones, he's just taking it on to himself to go in on the attack. He'll get the reversal.
Well, Mat 1, we're going to jump all the way back down to 126.
Oh, you're messing with us.
Yeah. So this is going to be Frey Miller of Iowa Grant Highland and McDowell of DeSoto. This is round 2 of a 5-man round robin. Frey Miller in on a shot. He's going to pick up the takedown just 10 seconds into the period.
Jones still with the score tied at 2 apiece.
Frey Miller has a cradle locked up. Minute 15 to go, first period. He's going to abandon that and trap that left leg. Standing half Nelson, they're going to call that potentially dangerous. And we'll restart with McDowell in the down position.
Time will end for period number 1, and we stayed tied up at 2. Jones will go to the down position here to begin period number 2. Let's see if he can't get away. Klein really being very solid with what he wants to accomplish. He's got a turn here now. Jones going to try and hip up and over, and wow, he did. Going to give up 3 near fall, and another crossface. Now a pinning combination. This is pretty tight. Klein gets the win. Coming in with no record here, Carl, and he's going to move on into the semifinals.
Frey Miller's going to have a A minute 37 pin time over McDowell of DeSoto. And that should bring up, I wonder if they'll put, it's either going to be Guzman and Grant on your mat or mine. Looks like that's going to be my mat, so you'll jump up to 32.
I got a couple of big guys coming out here. This is 285.
Oh, you still got some big boys.
See, what happened with Elvaker and Carey?
Elvinker, first period pin.
He did, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is going to be Austin Culpet of Cashton taking on Iowa Grant Highland at 285. This is a round robin. Austin had a bye in the first round because I think he is the top seed.
Guzman of Brookwood is going to score on a reversal. Grant had the takedown. Now Guzman locks up a armbar and a wrist. Minute 12 to go. He's looking to turn, but he's playing with that out of bounds area right now. As long as two support, the whole out of bounds thing really, they tried to clean it up, and I don't think it.
I don't know that they did they?
As long as two supporting points are in, everybody's in.
Yeah.
Unless it's a pinning combination. Then it has to be the knees or better.
The knees on up to the hips?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's just the toes, no.
No.
But if it's just the toes and it's only a takedown, then it's yes. But only if it's a Tuesday.
Yes.
During a leap year when there's a full moon.
And then maybe. Oh, I tell you what. I'm glad you got that all cleared up for us, Carl. Culpet still no points here. He had a couple close calls, but they went out of bounds. Holman of Iowa Grant Highland. We do not have any record on these guys. There's a nice little snap down, but out of bounds they go. And that must have been what you were talking about with the feet.
Yeah. Guzman will pick up two near fall before the end of the first period to take the lead into the second 4-2. You know, and they could really clean that up too, where as long as they say two supporting points, one from either wrestler or two from one wrestler.
Yeah.
Is good for everything.
And really, was it that messed up last year that they had to change it?
Not really.
I didn't think so either. I wondered about that a little bit. No score here.
If it's good enough for a takedown, it should be good enough for a pin.
You would think, right? Culpet is going to be in the top position here to begin period number 2. I believe Holman went down. Austin with a nice finish at the Bi-State a week and a half ago.
Would be the 2:28 pin time over Grant of Westby.
Here's Culpet. He does have the turn now.
Ooh, we're going to get some big boys over here. A couple of Kickapoo Lafarge guys, Coder and Brown.
Okay. Culpet does pick up the win. Gets the pin in the second period to give him about a 2:37 pin time. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break and come back because we'll have consolation sides coming up. This, a round robin, will do just that. We hope you're enjoying watching today's Western Wisconsin video production of the Kickapoo Invitational, Lee Griffin Invitational 2023. It's the 53rd annual. Back with more in a moment.
What is it that makes you powerful? Having a voice. When you're part of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, your voice is heard, loud and clear. Because you're more than a customer, you're a member. Most important, you're connected to all the other members in our community, to your hometown electric co-op, and to the people who've been there for you year after year. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
County Plains on the north side of Westby, a proud sponsor of today's wrestling event. Scott and Susan Sordahl wishing all the best to the area wrestlers. Be sure to stop in at Nordic Lanes as they offer a full menu, including the best pizza in the area. And don't forget that mouth-watering specials that they have throughout the week. Good luck once again to our area wrestlers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Lee Griffin Wrestling Invitational. Ken Manning along with Carl Zuby as we bring you the action. And I tell you what, it's all up here on the main floor, we're going to call it, because there was a girls division as well. And with the numbers and such, they said, hey, let's just bring everybody up here and wrestle in one gym. And I think it's so far so good. Carl, thanks for being here.
Yeah, not a problem. So I'm really going to apologize because we've got Coder and Brown both of Kickapoo Lafarge, and I don't know which one's which.
I'm with you.
And they look like they could almost be related.
No kidding.
So I am no help at all. But it's two.
If I remember right, I had Calder in that very first round, and that would have been the young man without the leg band.
Gotcha. This looks like he might be the heavier of the heavier weight.
Yes, I think so. Yep.
All right. Well, then he swung and a miss on a single leg, and Brown able to capitalize on that. Did Culpet win that?
Culpet did win. He got a pin in 237, I think it was. Over here on my mat, we're at 132 pounds. And let's see, we must be in, is this a round robin? No, this would be a wrestleback situation, I would imagine here. So I'm going to go to the bracket sheet here, and hopefully we can find out.
135 pin time for Brown with Kickapoo Lafarge, if that's what we were going for. So 132. Who do we have? We have DeSoto's, Zach Yackton.
Okay, now. So this is Bosk. This is, I have DeSoto. There's the pin.
Yep, just Yackton. And here's what they mean. That 1 and 5 should have met if you go down below, but that should have been like 1 and 8 instead of 1 and 5.
Okay. So this is, you're looking at this bracket right here. Is that they wrestled it and they shouldn't have probably, or?
Well, that was.
Or was that the right one?
No, that must be the right. I think they fixed it.
Oh, they did. Okay.
So now we've got a 132-pound Onalaska wrestler in Carter Beeler and Iowa Grant Highland Jackson McGuire. But McGuire, this must be Alexis Gayton.
I'm waiting for him to put the weight class up here, up here for me. On my mat, we've got a North Crawford Seneca wrestler and Blair Taylor. But they have not put the weight class up on there, so I'm not 100% where we're at with that one. So do you have Gayton and Beeler?
I must have Gayton and Beeler, yes.
Okay. So that was 132. There's 2 bouts. So this might be 138 that I have on mine. Let's see if we do.
Yeah, because there would have been 2 bouts in the wrestlebacks and 2 buys.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see.
Suppose I could make it an attempt to figure out what's going on here.
Well, I was going to try to do that, but my track wrestling, it says I have no service now, so.
Yeah, it's telling me the same thing.
Well, I'm looking at, so Blair Taylor, they would have dropped down, and so this, yeah, I don't know where I'm at with it. And we don't have that up on there. I can tell you the North Crawford Seneca has a pretty good pinning combination on in the cradle.
What did we do before track wrestling? Feel so helpless.
Yeah, there's times. You just don't know the weight class.
Of course, updated brackets help too.
Yes, yes.
That's what they used to do.
They used to do that. I think eventually Dustin's going to try and get some for us, but it might be a little bit. North Crawford Seneca will get the win here.
Yeah, Beeler's got a cradle going against Gayton right now. Or no, Gayton. Who have I got here? Beeler. So Beeler will be your winner over Gayton of Iowa Grant Highland. So I'll just kind of pencil that guy in.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do right now. It is taking forever here. I don't know what is going on that I don't have any kind of service. That's unfortunate. Well, we'll take a little break here. We have a couple of, who do we have here? We have a Brookwood wrestler. Oh, now they're saying it's at 145. Well, that jumped up. All right.
Yeah.
145.
Well, that I'll bet that was Sprosky and Lopez. That was your last match that you just had.
Oh.
Because that would have been Blair Taylor and
North Crawford
Seneca.
Yeah.
Because then I'm up here at 45 as well.
So then this must be, time ran out.
And I have, who do I have here? I have Parker Brooks at 145 pounds from Onalaska with the takedown into near fall criteria. And
so if I have Brigham, oh, he's wrestling Whitaker then out of Iowa Grant.
So I have one of the Iowa Grant kids over here as well, because there's 2 in this weight class.
Oh, there is, yes.
So it's either Whitaker or Friesen. So Brooks should be wrestling. Well, I don't know, because both the Iowa Grant kids are on the same side of the bracket, so they're gonna.
Is your match must be a championship match? right? No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, that is messed up. Well, I think we'll just take a break because we don't have anybody really local here. Let's just do that.
That sounds good.
All right, back with more after this.